This is KGW News at 11.
First at 11, we have breaking news of 2 water rescues tonight. One is going on as we speak at Kelly Point Park in North Portland. Firefighters tell us there was a report of someone having trouble in the water. They have not located that person. Then earlier tonight, a swimmer ran into trouble off Sauvie Island.
Deputies tell us bystanders jumped into action at first sign of trouble, but they didn't reach that swimmer in time. KGW's Mike Benner live for us on Sauvie Island tonight with the latest on that rescue. Mike?
Well, Dan, I can tell you the search out here has been suspended for the night due to darkness and river conditions, but we know divers will return early tomorrow morning to continue the search for this missing swimmer. In the meantime, I want to show you some video from the scene. This all unfolded between Reeder Beach and Willow Bar, if you're familiar with Sauvie Island. Around 5:45 tonight, we're told a man in his late 20s was swimming when he started to struggle in the water. We're told bystanders swam out to the man to help, but unfortunately he disappeared. People on the beach called 911, and a handful of agencies responded to the scene. They searched for several hours, but were not able to locate the man. Here is Multnomah County Sheriff Sergeant Brandon Pedro.
We would appreciate anybody that did try and help him. We can't state enough how much we appreciate that. And, you know, unfortunately, they didn't get to him fast enough, but we absolutely appreciate their efforts. And we would hope that as long as they keep themselves safe, we would hope that anybody would try and help one of our loved ones or friends or even a stranger if they were in distress in the river.
Yeah, Sergeant Pedro says this case is a reminder of just how dangerous the Columbia River can be. He says right now from shore, it looks like the current is going upriver when really it's going downriver. So you need to be careful, and you can do that by swimming with a buddy and staying close to shore, among other things. For now, back to you.
Mike Benner, thank you. Now we want to get you caught up on tonight's headlines. The FBI is searching for a 2-year-old boy from Southern Oregon after his parents were found dead in what looks like a murder-suicide. The family is from Medford, but the parents were found in Montana. Officers tried to pull them over for a burglary warrant, but they took off. When police finally caught up to the car, they found the couple dead inside. The missing boy, Aiden, was not in that vehicle, and investigators think he could really be anywhere now between Medford and Montana.
Portland police arrested a man near Southeast 84th and Holgate tonight and are looking into whether he may be connected with the shooting at a nearby store. It happened in the parking lot of the Eastport Plaza. We saw several shell casings on the ground, but police say so far they haven't heard of anyone actually being hit. This was the 4th shooting in the city in just over 24 hours. 3 people were hurt in shootings early this morning and yesterday evening.
Portland police also investigating a sexual assault that happened in the Pearl District early this morning. Police say a man armed with a knife sexually assaulted one woman. Another woman chased him away. This happened around 4:30 this morning near Northwest 13th and Gleason. Police say the suspect and the victims did not know each other. Now, the suspect is being described as a white man. He's older than 40, long hair and a ponytail. He was wearing a black hoodie and shorts. If you have any information or video surveillance from that area, call Portland Police.
The parents of a Gresham woman killed after moving across the country are now working to bring their daughter home. We talked to Deanna Hills and Ralph Lorenzo on the phone tonight. They learned yesterday that their daughter's body had been found dumped in a river in Pennsylvania. Haley Lorenzen moved there at the end of last year after meeting a man online. She disappeared in December, and ever since, her parents have been waiting for answers.
7 long, excruciating, agonizing, painful months. And it's something that I wish on no one. I'm going to say now that she's been found, we get to bring our girl home, back home where she belongs.
Haley's mom and dad says she loved Christmas and snowflakes. In fact, they've left their Christmas trees up since she disappeared, refusing to take them down until they got her back. The man Haley met online is now accused of killing her.
The owners of a Northwest Portland jewelry store, they say they're fed up. They've been broken into now for the 3rd time. Thieves threw a boulder, a large rock, through the front window of the jewelry on 23rd store. You see the boulder there. Smashed the glass in the case inside. They stole the jewelry. The owner says now they're waiting to get everything fixed up.
No one likes to be violated, but you know, you try to keep it under grips and not have too much. You want it to go away real quick, get the new window up, but they're running 2.5 weeks. This is an epidemic in big cities.
And the thieves did thousands of dollars in damage, they say.
A wildfire burning in southern Oregon is now covering 6,000 acres, and the smoke from it, well, you see here, is just making air quality around the Medford area just horrible. Meteorologist Joe Ranieri is keeping tabs on the milepost 97 fire force. Joe?
And just looking at that video, it's wild to see how much smoke is just sitting over that part of the state. And this fire is burning near Canyonville. It's just north of Medford and through parts of southern Oregon. It's just I-5. Well, this is video that shows the haze the fire is creating in Medford and throughout a good part of southern Oregon tonight, and that'll be the case for the next couple of days. Look at this video. The air quality through that part of the state is in the very unhealthy level. Now, if you could try to avoid being outside the next couple of days, that will be best. That smoke is also making it very hard to see even drivers along I-5, and because of all that smoke and haze that's going to be sitting through that part of the state the next couple of days, there is a air quality warning that's in effect until tomorrow afternoon at 2:15, and there's a good chance this gets extended. It's not just through parts of southern Oregon. That extension is all the way into parts of Lakeview and into the central and eastern side of the state. But because of the air quality is so poor, you can kind of see some of these colors down here. In southern Oregon, it's down to the unhealthy category. And I was looking at some of the long range models for that part of the state over the next couple of days. It's going to be hot and hazy. So it doesn't look like we'll be seeing any help from Mother Nature over the next couple of days. Back to you, Dan.
Washington County, they are trying out something new to help prevent deadly drug overdoses. Now, when an inmate is released from the jail there and considered a risk for an overdose, they're given a kit, and that kit could save their life. Now, while you're listening to this story, we want you to vote in our KGW poll. Our KGW app will have it, as well as kgw.com/vote. So hop on there as you're watching. Mike Benner spoke to a recovering addict who says he knows firsthand what these kits can do.
Life is great.
Adrian Burris has been sober for about 4 years now, but he'll never forget the day he overdosed on heroin.
I was totally alone in a porta potty.
The 28-year-old could have died, but he came out of it on his own. Burris knows not everybody's as lucky.
Somebody that I actually started, using with, he ended up passing away because he was out of jail, didn't have a tolerance, and, thought that he could handle, his normal amount, and he ended up dying, unfortunately.
That right there is what Washington County is hoping to avoid by handing out naloxone kits. Naloxone, or Narcan, is a life-saving medicine that reverses an opioid overdose.
Our medical staff will screen inmates, and those that they find that are at high risk for an opioid overdose will be provided one of these naloxone kits upon release from the jail.
In addition to the Washington County Jail, Community Corrections, Parole and Probation, and Juvenile Services will get some of the 660 naloxone kits to distribute. They join a growing list of other counties doing the same thing.
People might say, why are you giving out Narcan? It's just going to encourage drug users. But at the same time, if there's any way that we can help prevent deaths from overdoses, we're going to do it.
It's really a useful tool.
Adrian Burris is a big fan of naloxone. In fact, it's readily available at Fourth Dimension Recovery Center. That's where Burris now works as a mentor, helping others beat addiction, just like he did.
So I got a job, I got my license, pretty much everything. Got some stability in my life.
In Portland, Mike Benner for KGW News.
Okay, so there you hear it. We want to know what you think. We want to hear from you now. Do you agree with jails handing out Narcan kits to inmates when they're released? Go to kgw.com/vote, click the vote tab in the new KGW app, and we are going to reveal the results a little later in the show.
The area's homeless crisis isn't just limited to our streets. Houseless individuals are also living in old boats, falling apart in our local rivers. But today, state officials stepped up to get some of these derelict boats out of the Willamette. Crews pulled 10 boats from the Swan Island Lagoon. That's in the industrial section of North Portland. Oregon's Marine Board hired a contractor to help out, and they hope to do some additional cleanup in the future.